Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The sister's inquiring. She says that her mother-in-law recently passed away and she's seen some practices being done. Could I shed some light on them? Are they from Islam or not? So some of the practices are reciting Surah Al-Baqarah at the grave, reciting Surah Al-Baqarah for 41 days in the morning and in the evening, doing the khatam or the completion of the Quran between family members, and then dedicating that to the deceased. Okay, so if I can start with, is it allowed to recite the Quran, the living, and then they want to dedicate that reward to the deceased? There is a well-known difference of opinion amongst the scholars. I lean towards their view that the recitation of the Quran is only for the reciter. You can't dedicate it to the deceased because there is no clear, explicit evidence for that. We will not say it's a bid'ah, it's not an innovation, because there are great scholars who have said it is permitted for you to dedicate your recitation of the Quran to the deceased. You are, of course, you can ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy upon the deceased, that Allah forgives the deceased. You can perform charity in their name, perform Hajj and Umrah in their name, the deceased that is, because there are clear evidences for that. And so some scholars, they say, only upon which we have clear evidences for, you can do those actions. Otherwise, you should refrain. Now, some of the practices you have mentioned, i.e. reciting specifically Surah Al-Baqarah at the grave, or reciting Surah Al-Baqarah for 41 days in the morning, and doing the khatam, and like getting everyone together to complete the Quran. These practices specifically are not the same as just an individual wanting to recite Quran and dedicate that to the deceased. These are added things. There's a specific amount of days and specific places. These are what have been mentioned in the question are bid'ah. These are innovations and absolutely should be avoided. Personally, as I mentioned, many of the scholars, they say that the recitation of the Quran is only for the one reciting. We will not say it is a bid'ah if another person just wants to dedicate it to the deceased, because there are some scholars who take that view, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. I will also say that may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy upon your mother-in-law. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.